What is going on, 5-9 gamers, and welcome back to the 5-9 mobile channel. My name is Vilify, and recently our good friend Ark asked me to do a top 5 list for my favorite 5 super attack animations in the Dokkan battle. So let's go ahead and specify this right out of the way. This has nothing to do with active skills, exchanges, revives, intros, anything like that. This is just purely 18 key super attacks, 12 key super attacks, and so I figured, you know, what better way to do that would be just to kind of look at 5 of my favorite super attacks within the game. You guys should be seeing more lists than just mine, so don't worry, this isn't going to be the objective list or anything like that. You're going to see varying opinions from multiple other creators within 5-9 gaming and all that fun stuff. But if you do find yourself enjoying today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here so you don't miss out on other lists and other type of content that we post focused around Dokkan Battle here on the channel. So without further ado, let's hop into the list. Coming in at number 5, I have Tech Gogeta, and more specifically his 18 key super attack. I really do kind of like the frame for frame animation quality that they did from Fusion Reborn. You know, that's definitely one of the more iconic moments within Dragon Ball as a whole, right? You think of some of the most you know, popular things. You think Super Gogeta, you think Super Saiyan Goku, you think Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, you think Vegito. But I would say that, you know, this Super Saiyan Gogeta super attack, just kind of like with the kick and the flip and, you know, the back turning and the Soul Punisher coming out and stuff like that. And also, not to mention that it transitions into a really clean active KO screen, rather. I would say that this is probably some of the best work that they had within 2021 in terms of animations that they put out. You know, this unit itself, I don't think really got the justice that it deserves, because you can kind of tell, like, if we just want to talk about the quality of the unit really quickly, you could tell they designed this Gogeta at the same time they designed his counterpart Vegito, right? So the fact that they released almost a year apart kind of meant that this Gogeta was a little bit power crept out by the time he even dropped, because there wasn't really much that saved him aside from his scouter effect, right? But this video is not about how he performs, it is about the animations, and the Tech Gogeta 18 key is far and away one of the best animations in the game to me. The Soul Punisher is definitely top 5 on my list, and let's go ahead and get into our number 4 spot. Coming in at number 4, we have STR Kaioken Goku, more specifically his 18 key. This was the part 2 LR for the 7-year anniversary, the top legendary summon unit before they changed the format during Worldwide this year. This guy is a beast in terms of his kit. You know, you can see on a 200% leader skill at the high dupe level, he is shooting out attack stats that you can't even believe. We're talking 16, 17 million basically for free, orb changing, all that fun stuff. But what I really like about this animation, it is one of the first kind of like high scale beam clashes that we see within Dragon Ball, because when you think of beam clashes, obviously you're going to think of Cell versus Gohan, but one of the more underrated moments I'd say within the series as a whole is the ×4 Kamehameha against the Gallic Gun, right? And this animation is done really well, not to mention it kind of like is encapsulated with the power creep of the game, where, you know, you see the super powerful Kamehameha that's hitting for 15, 16 million against Vegeta's. It's getting crits. You're getting crits for 11, 12 million. And this guy is just really good, right? And not to mention, he also has really good animations. I would say his 12 key leaves a little bit to be desired, but thankfully that's not what we were talking about. We were just talking specifically about the 18 key super attack. Again, just kind of like with the, you could see the ×4 and, you know, just the kind of the way how powerful it looks and the aura around him and kind of the shot beforehand where it's looking upwards from like the usual angle, and then when he launches it and you can just see like the, like I said, just seeing the ×4 itself is really one of the more fun moments within Dragon Ball. And I would say that this animation was definitely done justice with the 2022 kind of quality of animations that we've seen. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and move into our next unit. Coming in at number 3, we have another unit from the 7-year anniversary, and this one might come as a surprise to you, but this is the LR Super Saiyan 4s, more specifically their 18 key in base form. Now, I remember specifically with this one seeing the animation, and then when it cuts from the final shine into the Dragon Fist that Goku does on ice, I remember getting out of my seat when I saw this, right? Because, like, we didn't know what they were going to cook up. This is when we were doing the stream, reacting to the animations when the data download hit and stuff like that, where it was kind of like, if you guys are familiar with the format for like how the anniversary goes with these big data downloads, is the usual suspects on Twitter will upload the stuff from the data, and then we kind of see it as it goes, right? So everybody's sitting, it's like, oh, 18 key is up, 12 key is up, active skill is up, right? And I remember seeing this one and just being like, wow, right? Like, this one was just incredible. I love kind of the way that they do like the introductory hits, and then it pans to Vegeta getting some love with the final shine attack, one of the more underrated attacks in Dragon Ball in my opinion, into the Dragon Fist, which is one of, if not the most iconic aside from the Kamehameha, right? Like, you think of Dragon Ball, you think Spirit Bomb, you think Kamehameha, and then I'd say a lot of people up there, you think of the Dragon Fist, right? Because that is like one of the few moves that Goku uses to actually take down his opponent and not just immobilize them like a Kamehameha. He doesn't use the Kamehameha to kill, if you guys didn't know, usually. Because, I mean, it's just kind of how it is, right? He'll use it if he has to, but it's like the Spirit Bomb and the Dragon Fist are like the two moves he uses exclusively to take care of business, right? But this animation is definitely one of the more high-quality ones in the game. I was expecting the Dragon Fist from Super Saiyan 4 Goku to be a unit on its own, kind of like how Legends did it, right? Where LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku is that Dragon Fist. Because again, this is one of the cooler ones, right? Like these are two of my favorite Dragon Fists, right? Like number one is obviously Hirudegarn, right? It's hard to top that one, but I would say this one's a very, very close second. I wish that, like, because I said, I love the fact that in GT, if you guys don't know, Ice blinds Goku, right? And then he's like, this is in dub. I don't know how it says it in sub, to be honest with you. But Ice is like, okay, let's finish this. Then when Goku, punches him in the stomach, he's like, no, I'll finish it, right? And Goku's blinded at this point and still manages to pull off one of the most badass moves within all of the series right here. So just the fact that we got this in an anniversary LR on an 18 key that you can get very easily because of the way they're designed, I'm super, super happy with this. And the fact that I get to see it a lot when I'm using this unit is something, a big plus. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and move into our number 2 spot. Now, coming in at our number 2 spot, we have the LR Blue Duo's 18 key. What is there to be said about this animation that hasn't been said already? This was the Legends Fest unit for Legends last year. This is one of the more iconic moments within the Broly movie, aside from Gogeta coming out and all the fun stuff. You probably think of this scene in particular when you see this in the movie, right? This one was like highly promoted within the trailers and stuff like that. And Vegeta and Goku being back to back doing the Kamehameha, and I think it's a Gallic gun. I'm not sure because the blast is like yellow, right? So I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm messing it up off the top of my head, but there's a lot of talking here with moves and stuff like that. But the name of it, I think on global is like the Divine Azure Fang, right? Like that's a awesome name for a super attack. And just seeing like the way this is kind of one-to-one quality with the movie, the backdrop with the lava going everywhere, the way the camera's kind of moving with them and stuff like that. Like you just see an animation like that and then you think back to something like the basic Kamehameha that every unit would have back in 2015, 2016. And you can just really see the progression of animations throughout this game. And this is definitely one of the more hype ones. I'd say that this might be, in terms of quality and biases and stuff like that aside, I say this might be the best animation in the game. It really is tough to say. I really like this animation in terms of like 18Q super attacks and stuff like that. But again, my bias and my favorite unit in the game is going to go ahead and come in at number 1. So at our number 1 spot, if you guys do not know me, I am a huge fan of this character. He's one of my favorite designs in the series. And this fight, I say, gets a lot of hate just because of the other character that's involved and his lack of a backstory. If that's not a hint, I don't know what is. But at number 1, I have the 18 key super attack of AGL UI Goku. Now, before you click dislike and leave the video, this is my personal list of my favorite units and their super attack animations. So this one is personally my favorite just because I love this moment so much. I think Goku versus Jiren is a really fun fight, and this was kind of the move that showed that Goku kind of was superior to Jiren, at least in this brief moment. And this just kind of showed, like, in a non-lethal way how he was able to take care of business. I love the way that it tracks with, like, the beams kind of coming off of his eyes, like, the blue stuff. I don't know what that is. It's like his aura or whatever. And then the mean uppercut into the Kamehameha, kind of all combining into one. And not to mention one of the best, if not my favorite KO screens in the game, the stare down on Jiren after that. I just love this animation so much. This is, again, my personal list, so don't take it as I think this is the best animation overall in the game. I just say this one is my favorite just because I love using this unit so much, and I also just love this moment in the series so much. So, with all that being said, let me know down below what your favorite 5 animations are. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of these in the future from other creators at 5.9. So like I said, this will not be a definitive list that we all think. This is just my personal one, so again, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new to 5.9 Mobile, as you won't miss out on any of the content that we post over here. Have a great day, everybody. It's been a pleasure hosting for you. My name's Vilify. I'm signing out.